Welcome back to CoinQuest. Today, we're diving into a coin that you might just have in your pocket or coin jar right now. It's the 1982 Lincoln penny, a common coin with an uncommon story. What if I told you that a penny from 1982 could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars today? Well, that's no exaggeration. If you have the right one, you could be holding on to a small fortune. So stay with me as we explore the fascinating world of the 1982 Lincoln cent, why it's so special, how to tell if yours is valuable, and what collectors are paying in today's market. Let's start with a little background. The Lincoln 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, has featured the profile of President Abraham Lincoln since 1909. But in 1982, something major changed. That year, the United States Mint changed the composition of the penny due to the rising cost of copper. Before 1982, pennies were made mostly of copper, about 95% copper and 5% zinc. But after mid-1982, the mint switched to a cheaper composition, 97.5% zinc, coated with only a thin layer of copper. That means 1982 is a transition year. Some pennies from that year are made of copper. Others are made of zinc. And to make things even more interesting, there are 7 different varieties of the 1982 Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right, 7. There are large dates and small dates, struck in both copper and zinc, from both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. So why does this matter? Well, certain varieties, especially the 1982D small date made of copper, are incredibly rare. In fact, the 1982D small date copper penny was not even known to exist until one was discovered in 2016. That coin sold at auction for over $18,000. That's right, a 1-cent coin sold for more than 18 grand. And that wasn't just a one-time fluke. Other examples have sold for thousands of dollars since. So how do you know if you have a rare and valuable 1982 penny? Let me break it down for you. First, let's talk about weight. The easiest way to tell if your 1982 penny is copper or zinc is to weigh it. Copper pennies weigh about 3.11 grams. Zinc pennies weigh about 2.5 grams. All you need is a digital scale that can measure to 2 decimal places. If your 1982 penny weighs around 3.1 grams, it's copper. If it weighs around 2.5 grams, it's zinc. Now let's move on to the date size. 1982 pennies come in both large date and small date versions. The difference is subtle, but visible to the naked eye. The small date has thinner and taller numerals, especially noticeable in the number 2. On the small date, the top of the 8 is nearly level with the 1 and the 2. On the large date, the 8 looks bigger and the 2 is more curved. So far we've got 4 major types: 1982 large date copper, 1982 small date copper, 1982 large date zinc, and 1982 small date zinc. That's for Philadelphia Mint coins, which have no mint mark. Then, there are the same 4 varieties from the Denver Mint, which have a D mint mark. But here's the twist. The 1982D small date copper was never supposed to exist. The U.S. Mint claimed that Denver only made small dates and zinc. That's why finding a 1982D small date copper penny is such a big deal. So, how much are these coins worth? Let's look at the current market values. A regular 1982 copper large date penny in circulated condition is usually worth around 2 to 5 cents, mainly for its copper content. A zinc version might be worth face value, just 1 cent, unless it's in mint state condition. But uncirculated versions can fetch a few dollars, depending on the grade. Now let's talk about the valuable ones. A 1982 small date copper penny from Philadelphia in uncirculated condition can be worth $50 to $100 or more, especially if it's graded MS65 or higher. A 1982D small date zinc penny in high grades might go for $10 to $20. But the star of the show, the 1982D small date copper penny, can sell for thousands. In 2017, one example graded MS63 sold for $10,800. Another sold in 2019 for $18,000. Even more exciting, some error pennies from 1982 have sold for premium prices. Off-center strikes, double dies, and transitional errors, like a copper planchet struck with zinc dies, can all be worth hundreds or more to collectors. So what should you do now? Go through your change. Check your old penny rolls. If you find a 1982 penny, weigh it. Look closely at the date. See if there's a mint mark. You might just be holding a rare and valuable coin. And if you think you've found a 1982D small date copper penny, it's worth sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can authenticate it and assign a grade, which can significantly increase its value at auction. Before we wrap up, here are a few quick tips. Number 1. Always handle coins by the edges to avoid damaging the surface. Number 2. If you find something unusual, don't clean the coin. Cleaning can ruin its value. Number 3. Take clear photos and get a second opinion from a reputable coin dealer or online community. That's it for today's video. The 1982 Lincoln cent might be small, but its story is huge. And the next valuable penny could be waiting for you to find it. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more coin collecting tips and rare coin stories. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your treasure hunt. Today we're diving deep into the story behind a common-looking coin that could be sitting in your pocket or piggy bank right now. It's the 1993 Lincoln 1-cent penny. While it may seem like just another old coin, some of these little copper-colored pieces are turning out to be worth a surprising amount of money in today's market. So stick around because by the end of this video, you might want to check your coin jar immediately. Let's start with a bit of background. The Lincoln penny has been a part of American history for over 100 years. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, it became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person instead of a symbolic figure. Fast forward to 1993, the penny still featured Lincoln's iconic profile on the obverse, or front side of the coin. The reverse still had the Lincoln Memorial, a design used from 1959 to 2008. Now, you may be wondering, what makes the 1993 penny special? The truth is, most 1993 pennies are only worth their face value, just 1 cent. Over 6 billion were minted that year across 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. That's right, billions. So what sets some of them apart and gives them value? Let's break it down. First, condition matters. If your 1993 penny looks like it just came out of the mint, no scratches, no discoloration, perfect shine, it might be what collectors call mint state. Coins graded MS65 or higher can sell for significantly more than 1 cent. A 1993 Lincoln penny in pristine mint state condition has been known to sell for up to $5 to $15. That's already a decent profit for something most people overlook. But here's where it gets exciting. There are certain error pennies from 1993 that are worth far more than that. These are the coins you should be on the lookout for. A coin error happens during the minting process, and sometimes these mistakes make a coin extremely rare and valuable to collectors. One type of valuable error is the double die. This happens when the coin is struck more than once with a slightly shifted image, causing letters or numbers to appear doubled. For example, if you see doubling in the word Liberty or in the date 1993 itself, you could have a double die penny on your hands. Depending on how dramatic the doubling is and the condition of the coin, it could be worth hundreds of dollars or more. Another possible valuable error is an off-center strike. This is when the coin is not properly centered in the press, so part of the design is missing or shifted. The more off-center the coin is, without losing the date, the higher the value. A 1993 penny with a significant off-center strike can easily sell for over $50 to $100. Then, there's the rare case of wrong planchet errors. Sometimes a penny might be mistakenly struck on a dime blank or on a foreign coin blank. These are extremely rare, but when found, they can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the coin's condition and how dramatic the error is. Now let's talk about the mint marks. Most 1993 pennies will either have no mint mark, which means they were made in Philadelphia, or a small D for Denver. If you find one with an S mint mark, it was made in San Francisco and is most likely a proof coin. Proof coins were specially made for collectors with a higher level of detail and shine. While most of these are worth only $1 or $2, if you find a proof coin in perfect condition or with an error, the value can increase substantially. As of today, the highest known auction price for a 1993 Lincoln penny is around $250 for a perfectly preserved mint state coin with exceptional color and luster. That's right, one small cent, worth hundreds of dollars just because of its condition and rarity. So how do you know if your 1993 penny is worth anything? Here are a few quick tips. First, grab a magnifying glass. Look closely at the lettering and the date for any signs of doubling. Check the coin's edge and center for any off-center strikes or irregularities. If you notice something odd, compare it with online error coin resources or consider showing it to a coin dealer. Second, check the coin's condition. The fewer scratches and the more original shine, the better. And third, don't clean the coin. Cleaning a coin can actually damage it and lower its value. Collectors prefer coins in their natural state, even if they look dirty. So, is your 1993 Lincoln penny worth a lot of money? If you have a common circulated penny, probably not. But if you find one in mint condition, with an error, or a rare proof coin, it could be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. In the world of coin collecting, the smallest details can make the biggest difference. Before you toss that penny aside, take a closer look. It might just be worth a whole lot more than 1 cent. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss more awesome coin facts, money mysteries, and hidden treasures. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin, and let us know what kind of coin you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for watching and happy collecting, where we uncover hidden treasures that might just be lying around your house. Today we're diving deep into the story of the 1994 Lincoln 1-cent penny. Yes, the humble copper-colored coin you probably have in your change jar. But what if I told you that some versions of this ordinary-looking penny are worth a lot more than 1 cent? In fact, some of these coins have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So stay with me as we explore what makes a 1994 penny so valuable, and how you can tell if you're holding on to a rare one. Let's begin with a bit of background. The 1994 Lincoln penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series that began in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor D. Brenner, the obverse side of the coin, that's the front, features the profile of Lincoln, a design that's become iconic across the United States and around the world. The reverse side of the 1994 penny still features the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., a design that was used from 1959 to 2008 before being replaced with the Lincoln Bicentennial and Union Shield designs. Now let's talk about composition. While older Lincoln pennies minted before 1982 were made mostly of copper, the 1994 version is made of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper, just a thin copper coating over a zinc core. So in terms of metal value, these coins are worth less than a cent. But that's not what makes some of them extremely valuable. What really matters here are mint errors, variations, and condition. First, let's break it down by mint mark. The 1994 penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with a D mint mark, and San Francisco with an S mint mark for the proof coins. Most circulated coins came from Philadelphia and Denver. The ones from San Francisco are special proof coins made for collectors. All in all, the U.S. Mint produced billions of these coins, so most of them are still only worth face value. But a small number, and I mean a very small number, has something unusual about them. Let's talk about mint errors. These are the key to big value. Some of the rarest and most valuable 1994 pennies include double die errors, off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, and even coins struck on the wrong metal planchets. If you find a 1994 penny with a visible doubling on the letters in Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, or the date, that could be a double die error, and these can sell for anywhere from $50 to over $500 depending on severity and condition. Off-center strikes are another error to look out for. These happen when the coin isn't properly aligned in the press and part of the design is missing. If the date is still visible and the misalignment is dramatic, say 50% off-center or more, these coins can be worth upwards of $100 or more. Then there are broad strikes, where the collar that shapes the coin is missing, and the result is a wider, flatter coin that lacks a proper edge. These can also command premium prices with collectors. But here's the big one: a 1994 penny struck on a silver-colored dime planchet. That's right. A few rare 1994 cents were mistakenly struck on the smaller dime blanks made of copper nickel. These are much lighter than a regular penny and have a silvery appearance. One of these error coins sold for over $2,000 at auction. If you ever come across a penny that seems too small or is silver in color, do not spend it. You might be holding onto a jackpot. Condition is another major factor in value. A standard 1994 penny in circulated condition is worth just 1 cent. But if it's uncirculated and in pristine condition, especially graded MS65 or higher by a professional grading service, it can be worth several dollars. High-grade examples with no wear, bright luster, and sharp details can fetch $10 to $20 or more even without errors. And if it's a proof coin from San Francisco in perfect condition, that could go for $5 to $15 as part of a proof set or individually if it's been slabbed by a third-party grader. So now the big question: what's the current market value of the 1994 penny? Well, here's the breakdown. A circulated 1994 penny with no mint mark, still worth just 1 cent. An uncirculated 1994 penny from Philadelphia or Denver could be worth 5 to 10 cents, maybe more if in perfect condition. A proof 1994's penny generally sells for $2 to $15 depending on condition and packaging. A 1994 penny with a minor error like a small die crack or off-center strike, worth $10 to $50. A 1994 double die penny or major mint error, now we're talking hundreds of dollars. And the rarest 1994 error pennies, such as those struck on dime planchets or with extreme off-center strikes, these can go for $500 to over $2,000 at auction. So before you toss that old penny into a tip jar or vending machine, take a closer look. Use a magnifying glass. Weigh it on a digital scale. Compare it to other pennies. And if you think you might have a rare one, consider getting it authenticated by a reputable coin grading company like PCGS or NGC. Collectors and dealers are always on the hunt for rare finds in everyday change. Your 1994 penny might not look like much at first glance, but it could end up being a valuable piece of American history and a great addition to your bank account. Thanks for watching. If you learned something new today, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so you never miss our updates on rare coins, valuable collectibles, and hidden treasures. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin in your pocket change. Who knows, maybe your story will be our next video. See you in the next one.